Welcome to the Hunter Report. Now, what is this Franken camera here? Well, it's a sort of way that you might want to approach filming using like a Sennheiser wireless lavalier system. So let me explain to you each of the components, show you why I think this is so terrible, show you some solutions, and then some suggestions for what these kind of manufacturers can do to improve product. So the first thing that I have on here is a 7-inch monitor so that I can do vlogging stuff, and so it just makes it easier to self-film, because unless you have a budget for like a Netflix show, you're gonna need to be doing lots of jobs all by yourself. And then you need a lavalier because you want audio to not sound like you're shooting a public access show. So that's this Sennheiser receiver right here, and this is the transmitter which you would put on somebody. What happens if you want to capture lav audio from more than one person? Well, you're gonna want a mixer right here so you can plug multiple of these guys in, and then if you are shooting multiple, you probably have to move this monitor off camera, and then it's not really handheld. You would put another receiver here and then plug that in there. And yes, there are slightly smaller mixers that can go on camera on the bottom, but anyway, this is the basic idea. Now, what do you think is easier? This setup or this setup? Now, this is the Tascam system, which really changed the game, and I actually did a video about this when the Tascam first out. It has an SD card. Whereas this Sennheiser right here has no memory, and you have to put it into a mixer, put it directly into the camera. So this really changed the game here, and you don't really need a mixer when you have this. The entire point of this, aside from looking cool-ish, is to be able to receive multiple inputs. Whereas with the SD card, you're going to be doing your synchronization, your audio-video sync in post-production. So for however many actors or subjects that you need a mic, you just get an extra one of these. And I think it's far more scalable than having to deal with all the wires, and you probably need a separate audio person when you're going this route. Whereas you don't really need one here, especially because it records 2 files, one many decibels lower, just in case your first file clips. So that's really the solution right there. It's a wonderful innovation. It did change the game. Now, before I tell you what I don't really like about this, let me show you another setup that I really like. And that's this setup right here, which is the Sennheiser right on top. And it's really a nice run and gun setup. The benefit of going with the Sennheiser right here is that your audio gets plugged right into the microphone port at the camera right here, and you're syncing audio to video in real time, which saves on post-production time. Whereas if you're using this, it's an extra SD card to have to deal with at the end of the day, and it's extra time to sync things up. Imagine you shoot in an entire day, you stop and start your camera 12 times. Having to sync up 12 audio files and 12 video files is just more of a pain in the ass. I have to admit, it is easier in Final Cut than it is in Premiere. Trust me. That's the one benefit that I like about the Sennheiser. It's the reason I own it. It's for filming myself in situations like this when I'm not actually doing videos about microphones and I have to demonstrate the microphone. See, I'm talking on a Tascam right there. It's in my pocket. I have 2 of these. But if you're doing any more than one microphone, having these babies, quite frankly, is a lot easier than dealing with a sound person. You see, with a boom mic, you basically have one area that you can mic up, whereas with these, your actors can be in really different spots of the room, or like even on top of a hill a mile away, as long as you can see them. It's a new way of filming, and it's very scalable. Now, let me tell you what I don't like about both of these setups. You already know what I don't like about the Sennheiser setup. To go beyond one microphone, it's just an order of magnitude. It's really more difficult. And the thing I hate about this Tascam, this is actually the second time I filmed this video, because the first time the battery died on me, and it didn't even let me know that it died. So that was a huge waste of time. I'm filming this video for the second time. Now, the Tascam here does provide a battery low warning beep, but you actually have to be wearing the headphones in order to hear that. What actor on set is also supposed to be your sound man? Are you supposed to be acting in a short film with headphones like this? Like, sorry. That is the most stupidly designed feature ever. What you need in addition to the beep is a vibration. And this thing needs to vibrate like crazy when it's low on battery so that the actor or maybe the people whose wedding you're filming will be like, hey, Mr. Director or Mr. Producer, this thing is vibrating. I think something's wrong with it. I mean, it's really obvious to me. Now, so Zoom also has a product called the Zoom F1. It's a literal copy of this. Tascam was the first to come out with it. They changed the game. Another thing that really bothers me is that the power button is on the outside of the unit right here. Whereas the Sennheiser guys totally mastered that topic. They put the power button on the inside of the battery door. So you close the battery door, and it's a lot harder to accidentally turn off the battery. Now, you have to long press it, but to me, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong. And it would give me more peace of mind. I actually sent an email to Tascam about this topic a year ago. Maybe you guys could like this video, give it some heat, and the powers that be, whether it be Sennheiser, who should come out with their version of this SD card kind of recorder in metal, with both of these issues addressed, the vibration on low battery and the power button inside the battery door. That right there would be the perfect SD card recorder. So, quick rehash on how I like to use all of these products. Why do I own the Sennheiser? For quick run and gun things where I do not want to spend time syncing audio and video up in post-production, and there's only one subject, period. For more than one subject, I use the Tascam. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And then go ahead and check the description below if you want to get any of these babies and start filming at a higher level of production. Remember, it's not the gear that matters. It's getting the right stuff so that you don't have to focus on the technical and that you can focus all of your time on creating amazing stuff. Thank you so much, and happy shooting.